But let's have a look at some more here. Another post here. One Nation would deport half the Socceroos and defund the SBS so we couldn't even watch them. Like, it's completely delusional. That's not true. Why are they pushing this propaganda? G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. Now, the Socceroos have won and everyone is going crazy. It's a great celebration for Australia. I wouldn't know because I'm Australian, so I don't watch soccer. That's a joke. I know you soccer fans are crazy. Don't come at me. But what is crazy, the left are melting down at the moment. They're spreading this propaganda about the team that won. So, if you didn't know, a lot of the team are immigrants on the Australian soccer team. Of course, what would you expect from a sport that Australians don't normally play? That was another joke. I can't record this video. That's all a joke. That's all a joke. Let's start again. Okay, let's start again. From the top. G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. Now, the left are melting down at the moment because the Socceroos won that match and for some reason they're going after One Nation saying they'll deport the lot of them. It's absolutely crazy and we're going to have a look at this before I get cancelled myself. I'm just joking around. Don't freak out. But we're actually going to call out these woke radicals that actually have these views that One Nation for some reason wants to deport everyone in Australia, no matter who they are. It's completely delusional. It's nothing that what One Nation stand for. It's absolutely disgraceful that they are pushing this narrative. Like, you got people sharing posts like this. He says, for F's sakes, she wants to deport half the squad because Pauline Hanson shared, a victory picture of the Socceroos winning, saying congratulations. And this idiot, this woke retard is out here saying, she wants to deport half the team. Why would you say that? We'll get into that in a minute. Here's another one. Someone tell Pauline Hanson we are in Australia to stay and make a positive progressive for the nation. If she can't handle, then she is free to find herself another country. Now telling Pauline Hanson to leave their own country. Migrants are doing great things for this great country. Now, obviously, the grammar was a bit odd there, but this guy trying to say Pauline Hanson can leave if she doesn't like it. These people are doing great things. So there's one athlete that happened to be a migrant that scored some goals. That means everyone with a machete is welcome. That means you cannot address crime. That means you cannot address mass immigration. That's literally what these woke radicals are saying. Like, how can you say this amazing team of athletes are the same as these radical criminals? You're grouping them together. It's absolutely crazy that you think One Nation supporters and real Aussies treat these two the same. People that come here, be Australian, assimilate, even play our sport for our side, for Australia, stand up for Australia. And you think that's the same as someone with a machete. You think One Nation supporters put that in the same category. You are absolutely delusional, and that's actually quite racist in my opinion, putting this great young gentleman in the same light as someone with a machete that does crime that got here. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's not what anyone wants. We just don't want mass immigration. Mass immigration is different to controlled, regulated immigration. Let's be real. Like, if you can't understand that you're too woke, you're too radical, you're too crazy, that you push this propaganda that if Pauline gets in, everyone's going to get deported, there'll be no immigration. Actually, Pauline Hanson is quite soft on immigration compared to a lot of people like me. I would be a lot harder. I would say no immigration for a few years and deport millions. But that's because I know we have too many people here that came here straight on benefits, in the burkas, all that rubbish, do crime, they should be instantly deported. I would get rid of a bunch of people and stop immigration for multiple years until we get things under control because we're overpopulated for our infrastructure, mass immigration. That is the problem, not normal immigration. Like, let's have a look at Pauline Hanson here speaking about immigration. Pauline Hanson and One Nation Party are advocating for an annual cap of 130 to 160,000 visas. That doesn't sound like no immigration to me. But, the previous levels have been over 500,000. That's why the country is collapsing and there's crime through the roof because they're letting in a bunch of people that aren't hardworking immigrants that want to assimilate. They're just letting in anyone from the world that wants to come over here, do crime, rot the system, go straight on benefits and not assimilate. And you're trying to group them immigrants with hardworking immigrants that have always come to Australia for a better life and put Australia first. And I think that's completely disgraceful that you would group hardworking immigrants that came here to be Australian, put them into some that comes here to do scamming and crime. and doesn't want to assimilate to Australian culture. But regardless, too many people is still a problem. That's why there's a housing crisis, cost of living crisis, inflation crisis, crime crisis. Everything's a crisis because of mass immigration. It is the root cause. When your country doesn't have enough room, you can't just keep importing the rest of the world. It just doesn't work. And that woke logic thing, you can just push that, is completely delusional. And like I've just explained, Pauline Hanson isn't against immigration at all. If anything, I would be quite harder on it. So it's completely delusional to say she's a radical right-wing extremist who would deport everyone, like the soccer team. That's never going to happen. She's actually quite moderate. It's just you're so far left and radical that anyone that goes against you, anyone that goes against Palestine, anyone that wants strict borders and not criminals with machetes on the street, you call them a far-right extremist, a normal common sense Aussie, as I would call them. But let's have a look at some more here. Another post here. One nation would deport half the Socceroos and defund the SBS, so we couldn't even watch them. Like, it's completely delusional. That's not true. Why are they pushing this propaganda? And here's another one. Socceroos, under the one neuron regime, Pauline would deport most of the team. Like, completely delusional. This person is off the rocker. And the comments, I'm not going to show you the comments, they're just painful. People be like, yeah, that's so racist. They'll be upset now that an immigrant won a soccer game. Why would you separate them from Australians? The whole thing is we want people to come here and be Australian under one flag, under one culture. You dividing people with multiculturalism, saying they're not here, they're not Australian, putting them in a separate category yourself, saying they're an immigrant, they're not an Australian. That's your framing, not one nation. He's on the soccer team. He's came here. He's assimilated. He's obviously part of an Australian team, putting Australia first. He's an Australian in my eyes. And you to go out here and say, no, he's a migrant, he's separate, and you're against that, is creating division. And that is what the left do best, which is completely hypocrisy at the mass, and shows they only see colour. We can't just celebrate a soccer game without the left-wing lunatics going online. When One Nation is even posting celebrating the team, they're out there pushing this propaganda that One Nation want to deport them all, when they're literally posting celebrating them. That's how delusional these people are. But anyway, we'll keep speaking up, exposing these radicals. We'll have a laugh today. Hope not to get cancelled for this video. If you're a soccer fan, I support you. Great sport. Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me. I know how crazy you can be. It's a good sport. You score 1 goal a game. Great sport. Now I'm going to get attacked again. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel, join to be a member if you want to do some extra support and help me expose these radicals. If you're on Facebook, come and join us on YouTube. See these videos early and join in on the live streams nearly every single night. I'll leave it in the comments down below, but keep speaking up for Australia and get our message out there that we want Australian culture in Australia. We want people to come here who want to be Australian, not people that want to come here and change us. We have the best culture. We have Australian culture. So great work, Socceroos. Keep winning and showing the world that we can play soccer.